Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and our Kings were here. Andy Lee. Andy, what a fight week. It's divided opinion. A lot's been said about the mood in camp for Tyson Fury, his demeanour. I've harped on about it all week because I think it's fair to say, I think the last 4 or 5 he's been quite jovial. He seems like, very sort of happy-go-lucky spirited, whereas this one, it just seems like he's been a recluse in camp, Trojan kind of working. From the inside, can you just give us a bit of an idea of what it's been like?
I'm not here to psychoanalyze him, you know what I mean? But he's just very focused. He's got a job to do, and it's a serious job, and that's the approach he's taken. He's always had to sell fights and be that character. And I think it all takes energy, doesn't it? Everything takes energy, meeting people, greeting people, all of these interviews.
No, I agree.
Energy, when you've got a fight looming like that. So he's just focused on the fight. And that's all it is.
When you look at Tyson from the build to the first one to now, what are sort of the noticeable differences apart from the mood and maybe locking himself away? You mentioned he hasn't spoken to Paris in 3 months. I mean, that must be. It's almost like it's like punishing yourself to get through a camp kind of thing.
Yeah, listen, this is his approach. I'm not here to.
No, I'm not.
I don't really can say much about his. I just think he's focused on the fight. He's training hard. He's kept everything low key. They've done a wonderful job sugaring him. Have put in a lot of serious work. Christian Black and Maddie Massage. They've done an unbelievable job. So they've worked extremely hard, all 3 of them. And the sparring partner's done a great job. So I just think he's ready to fight. I think all of this stuff and these questions, you can read a lot into them, or you can read, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I think one thing I heard him say, and like I said, he likes to play sometimes, but before there was talks over the sparring and worried about the cut and things like that, and that we only saw maybe 40% of him. How exciting is that, the fact that it was a great fight first time and we can see that extra percentage, the fact that it seems everything has gone away and he has been able to spar properly? It must make a massive difference.
Of course it would. It's only logical that he would, and I'm excited. I don't want to give anything. I'm being tight-lipped because he's not saying a word. It's not for me to say anything, about it. He's training. It's not my place. To be honest with you, I was in Malta for a few days with him, watched his training there. I've seen him a little bit here, and he looks great, incredible. What I saw was incredible, but it's for him. I'm waiting to see it happen in the ring. Yeah.
His sort of life, his career, it's movie-like, isn't it? And this, if he gets past Oleksandr Usyk on Saturday night, it's another chapter in this, remarkable story. Nothing will ever beat what he's beat outside the ring. We said that with Frank Warren, but this would be some achievement, wouldn't it, from a sporting aspect against a guy who's so well respected. Yourself in the game, obviously, I know you'll probably commentate on Usyk fights. You prepared for him alongside last time, but this would be right up there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I remember saying to Tyson shortly after the first fight that the comeback's it's not even going to be his hardest fight, the comeback, but it's going to be an amazing character arc and story. There'll have to be a movie about his life, or he's already wrote a few books, but to go through all that he's gone through, become world champion, fall into depression, obese, come back, lose the weight, recapture the title, be the dominant heavyweight, come up against one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time, lose the title again to him and the undisputed, then come back in the next fight and win it. It's going to be an incredible story. So it just has to do it now.
Do you know, when you hear people talk about the first fight, I'll move on after this, but I want to ask you, when you hear people talk about the first fight, sometimes I feel like we forget that them rounds probably between 3 and 8, Tyson was quite, I don't want to say fully in control, because Usyk's making him do a lot of stuff as well, but he was winning a lot of rounds and he was hurting Usyk in there. But I think people sometimes maybe fast forward to the round where he's in a bit of jeopardy. Do you find that a lot when people are analysing this fight, that they do harp on about that?
Well, the highlight that it goes around the world and that's stuck in people's minds is around 9. But every round outside of that was very close. Very close. Tyson won some, Usyk won some. But that's what happens in heavyweight boxing, and you make a mistake. It can happen. So, but being fitter, which he is now, will help with those lapses in concentration.
The corner, obviously, last time comes under criticism, which it raises a lot of eyebrows because when you're winning, nobody says a word and everything's happy-go-lucky. As soon as there's been one tight-knit, defeat, everyone starts questioning it. I believe it's yourself, Jamie Sheldon, and Sugar Hill in the corner. Obviously, no John. But what do you make of that? Just business as usual for you boys, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. If John was there, he'd be a help to us. He'd be a benefit to us. I'm not sure. There's been no real conversation with me about it. I just been asked to come and do the corner, and I'm here to help in any way I can.
Right, last one from me. The fight's been made. I haven't spoken to you yet about it, but Paddy Donovan and Lewis Crocker. I can't wait for this fight. I've been saying for a while, and I think a lot of people have. What a fight. SSE, world title eliminator now, by the way, as well. You must be pleased that this is over the line. We've seen, obviously, you've been with Paddy from day one, but a real opportunity against a tough customer in Lewis Crocker.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Lewis is probably more experienced than Paddy and slightly ahead in his career, but this is a chance for Paddy to jump ahead, show people how good he is, and he'll be a legitimate world title challenger should he win. So big prize at the end of the day for him, and he's ready. He's wanting this. I know when I see in Paddy's eyes when I hear him talk about this fight, and I know Paddy, he's well up for it.
Do you know what I was going to say? When you get a guy like Paddy and you see the talent there, do you look and go, as it goes up in levels in terms of opponents, is he going to be one of them that he'll be able to bring his level up, and he almost needs that opponent who can bring it out of him, so he can dip into that toolbox a bit more?
He will, yeah. He definitely. Paddy's been a world-class amateur, and I know that's amateur boxing, but it says a lot when you find these tournaments against the best day to day, and he's competed with all the best. So I just think it's time to get back to fighting the best. We've had our journey now. He's had his education. He's earned these stripes. He's going in one of the best in the division in Crocker, and it's time for him to prove himself.
Last time we spoke in Riyadh, this will be the last one, we were talking about the Irish fighters, and I was naming a few, and you were like, I don't think there's that many that have been doing that good, but this could be the opportunity for that moment where Paddy takes the bull by the horns, and depending on the type of performance, and this could be that moment, that real moment where it's like, right, this is him. Yeah,
I think so. If he stops Crocker or knocks Crocker out, then there's a new star in Irish boxing.
You think that's how it goes?
I think so, yeah.
Andy Lee, always a pleasure. Always give me some of your time. I know you're here for work, and I appreciate it.
Nice one.